morning, Blake. How are you doing this morning?
Hi, I'm good.
So do you mind if we cut off the television or mute it so that we can go over what we discussed with the doctors?
Sure, I'll turn it off for you.
Okay. So I know that prior you were on Lopressor for your hypertension and that wasn't working out for you. So we discussed with the doctors some changes that we were going to make. And we're going to change your blood pressure medicine. We're going to try something new. It's called Cardizem, and it's a calcium channel blocker.
How does that work?
And basically what it does is it slows the movement of calcium into the cells of the heart and the blood vessels, and in turn, it causes the blood vessels to widen, which allows the heart to work less, which results in the lowering of the blood pressure. So I brought you a pamphlet about Cardizem, so you could read up in more detail about it, and just keep it handy. So if you think of any other questions from the pamphlet, that you can ask us. And I know that you're welcome. And I know that you already have a history of hypertension, but I did bring you a pamphlet on hypertension as well, just to kind of refresh and go over the things that are important when you do have hypertension.
Okay.
At this point, your hypertension is just in stage 1, so there are lifestyle changes that we can also make and start working towards that can also contribute to lowering your blood pressure.
Would that be like making changes to my diet and
Exactly.
those good ideas?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So some things would include a low calorie and a low fat diet, so making some changes there. To definitely avoid grapefruit juice because it interacts with the calcium channel blockers. And then other things like increasing your physical activity. How much exercise do you do now?
Not that much.
Not that much. Okay.
I have a desk job, so I sit all day, and when I get home, I just feel like watching TV.
Yeah.
I love my shows.
Yeah. So we could go into things like taking the steps instead of the elevator, or, doing just a brisk walk for 20 minutes a day. Just take small steps to get to where you're trying to go, to make better lifestyle changes, and hopefully help lower your blood pressure with those lifestyle changes alone. And then you're also, along with your low calorie, low fat, you're going to limit your alcohol intake, your salt intake, caffeine. If you're a smoker, try to eliminate that habit.
Okay.
So, do you have any questions as far as the changes that you need to make or any concerns?
I'll definitely try to limit my caffeine. I drink a lot of caffeine. But I do have questions. Are there side effects of this?
There are side effects that you want to be conscious of. Things like the constipation, edema, which is swelling in your extremities, nausea, low blood pressure, like on the very low end, like 90/60. And if it does get that low, you would not take your medicine, the Cardizem, you wouldn't take that.
Okay, so does that mean I need to take my blood pressure every day?
Yes, daily. Do you already have, since you were on the Lopressor, do you already have a device at home to do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
So you would just continue as before, monitoring your blood pressure to make sure that it's staying within normal range and it's not getting too low to the point where it can harm you and that you need to discontinue the medicine for that moment. So you need to make sure that you're taking it once a day in the morning with your breakfast, with some type of food. That it's probably easiest just to take with your breakfast. So you have the handout.
So, just to confirm if my blood pressure was very low or my heart rate was very low, then I would not need to take the medicine.
Right. For that day.
Right.
So if your heart rate drops below 60, then you would not take it that day. And if your blood pressure dropped below 90/60, then you wouldn't take it that day either. The goal is to lower your blood pressure within normal range,
But not
below, right, and not keep it as elevated it is. If it continues to be elevated and we don't control the problem, it can lead to heart attack and stroke. So we definitely want to bring it down so that way you can have a healthier life and not have to worry about the worser end of hypertension.
Okay.
So do you have any questions?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I'm just going to review with you just to make sure that we're on the same page and that we've that you understand everything that we've discussed. So do you remember the side effects that we talked about that you should look out for?
Constipation, headache, peripheral edema, nausea, slowed heart rate, too low blood pressure.
Perfect. You're on the right track. How often are you going to take your blood pressure?
Well, I need to take my blood pressure every morning before I am going to take my medicine, just to monitor it and make sure it's not already too low.
Okay.
Because I don't want it to get below normal range.
Okay, sounds good. So if you think of any more questions or if you have any more concerns, then just feel free to just buzz me on your call bell. And the doctor should be in shortly just to go over to go over your discharge, to discharge you so you can go home. And then I'll be back in later to go over that paperwork with you. Okay?
Okay.
All right, sounds good. Have a great day.
Thank you.